Good evening, everybody. Happy holidays and happy racing. Got some racing in the last month. Couple trips to Black Swamp. We'll talk about that tonight on Beyond the RC Grid. We will check in with Paul. Richard will both join us. That's Ruins Racing and RGB Racing. They'll stop in and tell us what they've been up to for the holiday season, and I will take a beating from them tonight for a couple reasons. We'll talk about the Traxxas Modified Rules proposal. We will check in on our mentors. Apparently, a couple of the guys on the show don't believe in mentors. I'm a huge fan of them. I will lean on anybody I can to gain knowledge. There'll be a couple gatekeeper references. That's a Ruins Racing thing. And we'll also talk about Eric Moi crushing a teenager's Saturday. Not very proud of that. And at the end of the show, we'll talk about schedules and the Great Lakes series coming up. We'll talk about travel, where a couple of the places are, and we have some decisions to make. So Paul and I are going to have to get together with some people and talk about where we're going to race, what classes we're going to race, and that'll give us something to set our sights on, give us some goals to set. So stay tuned. We'll check in with sponsors. RGB is always good for a good sponsor. We'll check in with our sponsors, and we'll just get back in the swing of things. Stay tuned. What up?
Oh, my love.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Are you picking me up?
Yeah, I'm picking up. I'm too sexy for something. What are you listening to?
Well, the ladies of the Pins and Needle Quilting Club at Walla Walla sent me a mixtape for my opening music. This is the first song they sent for my opener.
So you used Rob's photo in your application?
Edna and Cinnamon with an S. They know what they're dealing with.
Do they know how to use a microphone?
Sometimes.
Can they help you? What's going on with your mic, dude?
What? I got it. It's on. Everything's working.
No, there's no way that mic's working.
Check.
Nothing.
I tell you how much Crystal enjoyed watching our podcast in which you spent 10 minutes trying to get your mic to work, RGB.
Oh, boy. Well,
Yeah. I just might have faulty equipment.
Thank God for Riverside. You know, NKR Studios, operating out of Studio 74, here on Beyond the RC Grid, we use Riverside FM to edit this podcast for situations like this when you have reoccurring guest hosts who come unprepared. It's kind of like coming to the track with the incorrect controller to run a Euro truck unprepared.
Too sexy for my love. Too sexy for my love. I'm going to leave.
So, welcome back to the Beyond the RC Grid holiday special, where we all survived Christmas and we're all prepping for New Year's. I myself am coming up with some racing New Year's resolutions, and I've started a few of those resolutions, such as staying on the driver's stand for 2026. And I've practiced that the last couple races, and I've been able to accomplish that. Maybe another new one I need to practice is not to throw my controller in the garbage. There's been some rumblings in the what do they call those chat rooms?
Attention in the pits. Attention in the pits.
Oh, I was messing around one day and threw my controller in the garbage, and I scared somebody, but it's somebody who doesn't know me. So thank God I wasn't really mad.
Well,
so
I see improvement if you just hold your line.
Hold your line, Buck.
And there's a couple of guys that have just faster than you went to practice, passing you and letting you get in front of them and passing you again. You keep doing that, and your skills should develop.
What are you referring to?
Just some factual information from last race, last Saturday.
Are you referring to the fact that I ended some 14 or 15-year-old kid's day?
No, and heat number
Careful.
three, where you just needed to hold your line so people could practice.
Oh, yeah. You're referencing the mentorship program that was going on at Black Swamp. Yeah.
Black Swamp. I think that's just, I'm grateful that there are gentlemen out there that are willing to mentor. You.
Sounds like you need a mentor.
Hopefully we'll see some improvement, coming up in the oval season.
Well, what you failed to realize in Mark's mentorship program is that was his polished way of letting me know that he's not dumb enough to get on the outside of me. He knew that I couldn't hold my line. So, yeah, I had a moment, everybody. I killed Cody's sprint car. Looked like an RGB flight. What's your number, Rick? 70?
Well, when I was running numbers, 74. Yeah.
74? Okay. Well, 74 is my number.
Oh, what number did I run? 7?
Holy.
I only ran it. I only did numbers for about 2 months.
Paul,
Rick, they say something's the first thing to go when you get older, but I can't remember what it is. 73?
I think
73.
I think it
73.
was.
It's not like it had any significance in your family or anything. So, I mean,
No.
at least you got that going for you.
Yeah.
Not like maybe your patriarch used to run that number on his race car that you literally have photos of on all your cars.
Oh, and things are going so fast. I have trouble. It gets blurry when I'm out there running.
Well,
73. 73 is correct, though. I
Sonny's-
just saw. Been seeing 74 so much on your cars that just popped in my head.
Well, it goes by you so many times.
Probably saw the rear bumper of that 74 car a lot.
All I know is
recycling.
Sonny is up in racing heaven right now, elbowing the guy next to him, going, "Yeah, that's not my kid. My kid's out in Oklahoma doing food reviews." Exactly. So, everybody had a good Christmas?
Yeah. Everything's going pretty good.
So, I didn't get over to Rick's. A couple questions. RGB, did the Christmas Story lamp get put up this year?
Yeah, the leg lamp is always up.
Oh, yeah, baby.
There it is in all its glory.
1 or 2 more days before we start decorating for Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Well,
you could probably leave that up for Valentine's Day too.
The next question is, did Santa show up at RGB facilities or did the Grinch?
Maybe had a little trouble finding the house this year. I won't hold it against him. He's a busy man.
Did you put a tree? Did you put a tree up?
Oh, I go with the leg lamp. That's the classiest demonstration you can have at Christmas time.
Baby Jesus is going to have a talk with you. So I think I know what I'm getting Rick next year for Christmas, Paul.
Oh, I could think of a couple of things. Starting with maybe a new microphone.
I have some Boyas, Boya, and it's a 4-pack. And it works on iPhones. You got to buy the one that, whether it's Droid or iPhones, but the sound of those are amazing. Like, it's not an expensive mic, and the sound is absolutely amazing. I'd stay away from the tin can mics. Like, you know, that burger review guy? We got the burger review guy in Toledo here, or Northwest Ohio. I've messaged him a couple times because his mic bothers me so much. It sounds like he's doing the tin can on a rope thing when he does these burger reviews. And for all the work that he's doing on this burger review stuff, you would think he would want to sound better. But what do I know? I'm just a RC race car driver,
True.
professional.
Yeah, and, you know, in the mentorship program.
Really more of a mentorship program?
Hey, I'm not dumb. I know where my bread's buttered. I'm going to get to the front by leaning on all those gatekeepers, as Paul calls them.
As long as you're not making fun of little kids, everything will be okay.
I don't make fun of them. I just wreck them.
Yep, I guess you choose which road you want to take.
I don't know if Tim Hammer is going to have the video of that, but my gosh, it was big and esque
Listen,
when that.
once somebody puts their car on the track, it doesn't matter what age they are, what their sexual preferences are, Paul. Everything's out for grabs. So
I know I've been telling you that for years, Rick.
you get on the race.
And VRP race oils.
Oh yes, VRP is one of my sponsors now. So we weren't just talking the talk last year about VRP. We have to walk the walk now. And I'm going to buy some of their other things I have not tried before. Their oils are obviously good. They've got really good pistons, and I think I'm going to rebuild some shocks. That's the first thing I'm going to do is jump on that bandwagon and run some more off-road and see what I think and sort of give my 2 cents on the VRP pistons. So very happy to be officially a VRP member, which almost sounds like, yo, VIP, kick it.
Yo, VIP, let's kick it.
I knew I'd get Rick smiling. All you got to do is bring up Vanilla Ice and Rick's down.
You know, if you're down with VRP,
Sounds like Rick's down with a little bit of Right Said Fred, too, I believe.
well, that's the ladies from Pins and Needles. They
Well-
they sent 10 different opening songs on the cassette. So I'll work my way through them.
Well, while you figure that out, I'm going to introduce Rulin's Racing, Paul Rulin, and Richard Biggins, RGB Racing, since that was a long intro. But any holiday story you want to share? I've got a small story when you're done that I'll share about love and sharing your love for family members and how to keep family members happy. So when you're done, I'll tell my story. Paul, you go first.
Oh, everything was good. It was a nice holiday season. However, my nephew came down with some sort of a bug that's going around, so we still haven't celebrated Christmas with my family. But other than that, the couple of places I went were very nice. And it's also nice to be off work for over a week.
Yeah, I hear you. It is slow
Yeah.
at work, though. You're not missing much.
Yeah, taking the last 2 weeks of the year off is always nice. So allows you to, practice retirement skills. So
You don't sit around and reflect on life. You're not a big, thinker. What
I
could
do
have
my
been,
thing.
what should have been, what will be.
I do my thinking on company time. I don't want to do that at home. So
I think you mean stinking. You do your stinking on company time. That's your
Stinking
Christmas. So that's it. Did you call Rob on Christmas and say how you doing, brother?
Rob had a good Christmas. It's his wife's first time celebrating Christmas, so that was a nice experience for him to have. So, but otherwise, it was very good day. Just grateful for everything that I have or that we have in general. The three of us are pretty lucky guys. So
Yes, we are.
We're
All
on
right.
pins and
Well,
needles. It's a good story.
I can't wait to talk to these pins and needles ladies. So I got a Merry Christmas from my aunt, and I have to set the stage a little bit, which is hard for me because I'm not a storyteller, but I'm gonna try and get into character. I've been taking some notes off of RGB. So my aunt is 8 years older than I am, and growing up, we were somewhat close in age. My sister is 8 years younger than I am, so my aunt was sort of like a sister to me, and we used to do a lot together. She used to take me to the cottage all the time. Took me whitewater rafting, we were pretty close. Recently, there's been a few incidents where there's been some miscommunication, and it started with when I upgraded my iPhone. It's a long story, but I had to get a new phone number. So my aunt had been reaching out to me, and I had not been replying because I had a new phone number. So I think that created some hard feelings with my aunt, and I sort of just, whatever, let it go, no big deal. But my Detroit Lions were playing on Thursday on Christmas, and why win on a holiday? They don't win on Thanksgiving, so why win on Christmas? So, my holidays this year have just been ruined thanks to my
Well, there
Detroit
was a
Lions.
holiday tradition with the Lions.
It could have been.
Gotta
I
have
mean,
a
they
ball.
might as well have fired Sharon Moore on Christmas. Just throw it all in on one holiday season. Oh, she sends a Merry Christmas and I love you, yada yada yada, and I don't know. An hour later, I responded. I was watching the game, and I said Merry Christmas, and I replied with a blue heart. I'm not a hugger. I don't share my feelings. Emojis. She's lucky she got an emoji. You know what I mean? It's just how I am. And the response I got back was, "Why don't you tell me you love me?"
sounds very similar to what Paul was saying a couple weeks ago.
Well, I replied, "You got a blue heart," and no response back from her until 1:30 in the morning while I'm sleeping.
After midnight texts from women are never very good.
If it's an emergency, call me, but don't text me in the middle of the night. I don't care who you are, unless you're mentoring me and you have some serious setup advice.
Right.
Then you can text me anytime. So the next morning rolls around, and I pull up my phone and I pull up her contact, and I slide that little toggle that says hide notifications, because this isn't the first time she sent stuff in the middle of the night. She did it a couple years in a row on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, New Year's morning. Well, I'm old. I mean, I'm not up drinking grape juice at midnight anymore. I'm sleeping. So I toggled the hide notifications button, screenshot it, circled the hide notifications, sent it to her, and I said, the next option is to be blocked. I did not get a response.
At least send her a Merry Christmas emoji.
So, I mean, what should I do? Did I do it right? Did I do it wrong? Should I, maybe for New Year's, when she's sleeping at noon the next day, maybe I should call and wake her up. Just tell her, hey, Happy New Year.
Yeah, that'd be that's probably what I would do.
Why don't you text me at normal hours anymore?
Listen, sometimes you'll encounter people in your life and you just have to turn the other cheek and be the better person.
Huh.
And it is the end of the year. We're coming up on a new year. You've got some resolutions. Maybe you could add that into your resolutions.
I probably
You
could.
know,
I
if
probably
you
could, but
reach out. There could be like someone that can mentor you on stuff like this.
well,
know?
what I'm going to do is what I'm doing right now is showing the audience that nobody's safe, number one. If you text me in the middle of the night, you're making the show. If you make the show, it can be a compliment or it could be a little corrective action, little correct. We could do a corrective action segment. Maybe when somebody,
I like it.
when someone steers off or veers off course, like Cody. Poor Cody. Cody's never going to be my friend.
Have expected that out of RGB racing. I would not have expected that out of Nightcrawler racing.
He probably
I'm just
told his
throwing that
dad
in there.
on the way home that he's never coming back to the track.
I don't think he had a very good day because he got knocked out on the NASCAR also. So
Did he?
he is having a rough day. Yeah.
Well, I will touch on the NASCAR a little bit. I had a rough start to the main. I made the A main, but there's just this lack of respect. It's not just NASCAR carpet, off-road, on-road, oval, whatever. It's dirt. It's everywhere. If you're in the back of the pack, man, people just don't flipping care. I got ran over in a lap down immediately. I didn't even make a lap before I was lapped because I got wrecked. So, since
Possibly
I'm
some overzealous bump up drivers that were behind you.
yes, actually, I barely made the A main, and there was 2 bump up guys behind me, and one of them smoked me. Whatever. It sucks because I'm trying to respect the people in front of me, and I don't want to be that guy that jumps 2-3 spots or hits somebody or whatever. So my motto is I'm going to follow the line. My goal is to get 1 lap in under my belt before I get racy. You can't win it on the first lap. I don't understand why so many people do that, but I focused with my new initiative to be a responsible adult, to be an example to the Ute. Name that movie.
Well,
The 2
you
Utes.
got to find your cousin.
Is it possible the 2 Utes
To what?
Help you out with that.
Well, Joe Pesci was in it. Are we not playing the movie games or what?
I just said, your cousin Vinny.
Yeah, I heard the cousin part. But Vinny, you gotta say the title, baby. You can't just throw cousin references out. So who else was in that movie, Paul? What was her name?
Marissa Tomei,
Oh yeah.
Ralph Macchio.
That's right. The
Right?
karate kid.
I'm just
Whoa.
looking here because I came in I was actually right on time. Looks like RGB Racing has a tribute to Jerry Reed on the wall there.
Yeah, he was in a movie. He was in the movie. So they call him the Snowman. This is actually right up my alley. This is a big movie, a big part of my life, and why I'm into radios. But do they call him the Snowman because he likes to drive in snow? Or is that a reference to something else? Biggins?
A couple of weeks ago at the Oval Black Swamp, I was being called out repeatedly by Rule and Racing for not bringing my Euro truck, aka the semi style racing vehicles that people are using. So I made the commitment that the next Saturday I'd show up with my gear. And as I was checking the emails and our PO box for our sponsors, the estate of Jerry Reed, I don't know, they got their ears on, which doesn't surprise me that they would have their ears on. Heard about me bringing out my Euro truck, and they sent a nice email requesting if they could sponsor RGB Racing and the Dominance podium topping performance of my Euro truck that will be happening in the future. So I printed off the picture that they sent. I think this is out of one of theirs, one of his kids' fireplace mantles. So Jerry Reed, aka the Snowman, probably not probably, but undisputed champion driver cross country, and whenever he is on the track, a guaranteed winner. So I humbly accept his sponsorship, the estate sponsorship, for this podcast.
That's interesting. Paul, would you like to comment on that?
I don't know. That was quite a story. I will send you a photo, Eric. I didn't get a chance to send it to you on my way home today, but I saw RGB Racing's Euro truck. It was on 23 South. It was just north of exit 5, and it was in the ditch. I will send you the photo.
That was on the news. That was obviously somebody ran him off. He was minding his own business, running a clean line, and was forced off the road. So that would make sense based on my clean lines that I run.
Find that hard to believe that was RGB, because RGB, didn't you have technical difficulty this weekend? Do you want to talk about that? This can be a tech segment where the Ute of the show can learn, which the Ute are already light years ahead of us with technology, but talk to us about preparation and what you do to come to the track prepared. How do you get so organized?
Well, I charge my batteries and then try to fit all my stuff into that small carrying case. And then if I need anything, I just
the one I bought you.
No, I gave that to
No, he sold that.
Paul's brother, Ruland.
Oh, okay.
Ruland Racer.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but just a duffel bag. You know, I run lean. I come in lean, light, and yeah, we had some difficulties. We don't know if it's the. We're hoping it's just the radio. So I'll run a switch over and pair up a different radio. But yeah, we had some trouble figuring out why the Euro truck wasn't running as fast, or in general running at all last Saturday.
Well, what I saw was RGB's Euro truck would make a lap and then it would like stop on the backstretch, almost like there were protesters on the highway, you know? So it didn't run very well. So something was not happy with communication there between the receiver and the transponder, but
yeah, but
that's all right.
I left the receiver. I left the receiver at Black Swamp as a donation. So anybody that wants a questionable working receiver, that's free for the taking.
I already brought it home and posted it on Facebook for sale.
That's a Ruland move. Actually, if I wanted Ruland to take it, I would have just expressed interest in it myself, and he would have swooped in and got it.
Ouch. Oh, man. Zing.
Can't sleep on good deals, RGB. Cannot sleep on good deals.
I don't know, Rick. I mean, I popped a couple ball cups off this weekend, and I destroyed Cody's car, which, I don't know. I didn't finish telling that story, did I? Rubbins Racing does not apply to open wheel.
No.
And I was messing around with my Sprint a lot. I drastically dropped the ride height. I changed some camber. I changed some toe on the right front. And I was messing with how I doped those tires, and I couldn't keep the car down. I mean, I would exit the corners and just fly up and almost hit the wall every lap, to the point where some people were making some noises like, oh, and Cody went outside and it was over. I mean, the only thing I could have done was just completely let off the throttle and let him go, which I probably should have done. It sucks because I ended his day. He didn't get to make any laps. So I'm going to work on that, being a little more patient. I even said it out loud. Rick, you heard me, right? I even said that's a racing incident. Like, I didn't do it on purpose. But I should have let him go. So I screwed up. Don't tell anybody I screwed up, because I like people to think I'm perfect, So I just want to come on here and talk.
I think it's all racing incidents. None of us are trying to do anything except for Heat 1 of NASCAR, where Nightcrawler admitted to trying to torpedo RGB Racing and was unsuccessful at that attempt. But apart from the three of us maybe nudging each other once in a while, I don't think anybody out is trying to do anything. Just trying to have fun and go as fast as the car allows us to go. So
Why would I try to torpedo you?
I wasn't quite sure. I was two spaces or two cars ahead of you on that first heat. I don't know who got in your head. But that's why I was surprised at how you got into A main, because you weren't having all that great of a day on Saturday. So
I got into A main because I drive faster than you. I'm more consistent than you. But I'd like everybody to notice, I got the second camera going here, on my new Whipple's wrap, my mellow yellow Whipple's wrap, which is awesome. On the door panel, I have a bunch of yellow from getting sideswiped from RGB's yellow. What is that, a Joey Logano car?
It was. After watching him drive, it's more like a Carson Hocevar car.
I like Carson Hocevar. I'm going to root for him, just so I can get under people's skin. So yeah, so Rick applied the yellow bumper.
Throwing the horn?
Yeah, somehow I ended up a couple laps down from getting wrecked. And toward the end of the race,
this is an incident that no one saw. That has there's no proof. It's all hearsay. I expect
If you only
this
had a
out of-
microphone. You know what it was, Eric? Rick once told me, you heard him say, when the race starts, it doesn't matter how young you are, anything. Everybody's the same.
Yep.
And I showed Rick an interview from a very famous driver who said, and I quote, "I'd wreck my grandmother to win this championship." And that has been Rick's mantra ever since.
yeah. So, well, it's okay. I told Rick that I tried to torpedo him. It was truthfully the receiver issue with the NASCAR was not calibrated, and it just hooked right. Thank God that I caught it. I saw what was happening, and I maneuvered it a little further to the right to miss Rick, because I didn't want to hit my buddy. That would not have played out well. He probably wouldn't have came back on the show. Although I don't know if we should have him back after today's sponsor. It seems kind of weak, but I'm just so used to such great sponsorships. This one just kind of missed the mark. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Obviously, this surprises me and disappoints me, because the second best grossing movie of 1977 still holds up today, and the co-star of that movie, I would never accuse of being weak. The snowman needs no justification. He got that truckload of cores from Texarkana back into Georgia in under 18 hours. There's nothing weak about that. About that display of driving ability.
Well, he had a clear path. The bandit cleared a path for him. So, and his co-driver Fred was the real reason he navigated all through that baloney so he could make it. But the real co-star was probably Sally Fields.
Sally Fields, aka Frog, because she's hopping around. Burt Reynolds, definitely the bandit, definitely knew what he was doing when he picked her up.
Have you ever picked a lady up like that, Rick?
When I'm driving, my hands are at 10 and 2. I safety first, just like when I'm RC racing. Eyes on the road, no distractions.
Did you buy a self-driving Tesla yet? Oh, well, enough goofing around. Let's take a moment to hear from our sponsors, City Chevrolet, and I do have a sponsorship that we'll talk about on the next episode that we're going to use going through 2026. I'll give you a little hint. It gives you energy. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, guys. You get your break in. Get your union break in there.
Yep. Thanks. That was nice. Able to get some stuff done. We appreciate that.
No problem. Keep it tight, baby. So, we did race a couple weeks ago. I don't really think we need to go over any of the results. However, we can talk about NASCAR because I want to touch on speed. And if we want, we could talk about my Euro truck real quick. NASCAR, Paul, I was super frustrated a couple weeks ago. I was super slow. Like, a majority of the field was crushing me on the straightaways, and I just didn't understand what was going on. But I found out this weekend that a lot of guys did a procedure on their radio. I don't know, they calibrated their radio to the ESC, which gives them a true 100%, which, you know, I work for a living. I got a family, a wife and kids at home, so I'm not sitting on the internet trying to find these things out, but that's why we're here, so we can share, you know, information. And they shared it with me at the track. Thank you, Tim Hammer, and Cody Johnston. Calibration significantly sped my NASCAR up. And I was able to, at least in the main, I was able to somewhat compete. I stayed cleaner. The car, you know, cornered better, came out of exit better. Just everything was better once I was up to speed. So I'm going to keep digging into that a little more. I don't know if it's something we got to do to your car, Paul, and then see what happens when you go back out there, see if you're up to speed with those guys.
We better not do anything to Rick's car. He's having a hard enough time driving it as is.
Rick, you got yours calibrated, didn't you?
Yeah, after you calibrated it, we all experienced the same. It changes the steering significantly. So yeah, you got calibrated and definitely run some practice to get everything queued back up. So
yeah, I had to dial my steering in. So I did notice, so I turned my steering rate down. When I would tweak the steering left and right, didn't want to stay. And I kept tweaking it and kept tweaking it. And then I kind of got a sweet spot. However, while I was driving, the car would veer right. After I got it where I wanted it, I went out and was racing. Down the straightaways, it would go right, and I would have to drive it left down and it sucks because it made it difficult to stay clean. And I did pretty well in the main, but I don't know if there needs to be more calibration on the steering. Corey sent me, I don't know if I can find this. Corey sent me a video link. I didn't have it ready, but there's a guy that does videos on these cars, and he sent me a video of the calibration procedure.
Yeah, that could help. 'Cause otherwise you're constantly just giving a little tug to the left all the way around.
So it is Horizon Hobby Support. That's the name of the channel. And you can go on there and find these Losi Sprint videos on this guy calibrating things. So obviously someone at the track figured that out and they were all doing it, because I don't know at what point, but at some point a bunch of people became much faster than me. So now I feel like I'm somewhat up to speed. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what box stock means. I don't know where you stop. I don't know if I'm not complaining here. I'm just curious. Where do you stop? What's allowed? I don't care if everybody does it, as long as everybody's on the same page.
There's nothing wrong with calibrating.
What do you think? Should box stock have?
Yeah, you're calibrating the equipment that came in the box. That's standard. We just didn't know that it needed to be calibrated from the factory. So that's fine.
Well, I feel like it's one of those programming hacks where it's another level that you open up sort of in the gaming world. And like I said, I'm okay with it. I know I was really disheartened a couple weeks ago, man. I was thinking about like getting rid of that car. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to race this car. I'm not competing. I think I told you that, didn't I, Paul?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I'm not competing. I don't know what I'm doing here. So that's frustrating. So if you're really new to the hobby, I've thought this through actually. So if you're really new to the hobby and you're going out and you're getting your butt kicked, it's got to just be depressing. It's got to be disheartening. However, the flip side of that is you do need to go out and learn how to drive, crawl before you walk, so to speak. So I think a lot of the local guys have been really cool at sharing information at some point. I haven't had anybody withhold information from me. And if you ask, they willingly tell you. So there's just not a billboard that, hey, we're all calibrated. What are you doing back there, Slowpoke? You know, there's no billboard of what people are doing. So it's nice to have guys that are open and tell us what's going on. They did that on off-road too, and they weren't wrong at all. They're like, you need to learn how to drive before you worry about all that. So it's a process. You do have to go and put in the work. Nobody's going to throw a fast car down for you and tell you to go get it. You know, you do got to go out and make laps and learn the equipment. And that's probably my downfall is technology. I'm there to have fun. I'm not trying to sit around and, I mean, I give Nathaniel my programmer for all my off-road stuff and he programs my stuff. It's pretty sad, I know, but
yeah, I agree. You know, even being new to the sport, we help each other out. We help new people out. I like the fact that there were a couple new people at Black Swamp, not this last weekend, but the race before that. And they were having a rough time, and a couple of guys went over and gave them a couple things that they could do to their cars, their NASCARs, to make them run a little bit better. Because let's be honest, at this point, it's helping them out. They're new. They don't get frustrated. They don't sell their car and say, well, I can't compete. this isn't for me. Plus, you're helping yourself and everybody else out because you're getting them a little more control as they're driving because you're on the track with them at the same time. So, you know, in a world of gatekeepers, be a mentor. That's my advice. Be a mentor to the new people. We were all new once to the sport.
Well, now with all the gatekeeping and mentoring comments, I'm gonna lose my mentor, and I'm gonna need to lean on somebody, and you guys are gonna screw me over when I really need help. No, we're just kidding, Mark. We know you watch the show. It's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, most of the guys are very helpful. You look at the guys at Tar Car and the guys at Black Swamp, and like you said, you go up to them and, hey, what do you think about this or that? What could I do to make my car run a little better? Or I have this problem with the car, and they'll jump right in. I mean, I helped out James Norte's son. They both bought Losi Sprints, and in I think it was might have been in one of the heat races. He wrecked pretty bad. The B main, I think it was, and I went over and tried to help him fix the car. I think he had a critical part that was damaged, but we were able to get the rear end kind of put back in. The axle came out, one of the cups popped off of it. He actually, I've never seen this before. The driver literally came out of the sprint car completely. So I don't know what he hit, but the driver exited the car.
Yeah.
So I helped him get it back in. You know, I gave James, I think his son had hit the wall really hard, and I had a set of the arms for the front end. So I let him borrow that. Bob, shout out to Bob Trott. He let me borrow a camber block. I had busted the camber block 2 weeks ago, and then, or 3 weeks ago, and then 2 weeks ago at the following race, I busted the same part. He was kind enough to loan me one out of his sprint car, and my parts finally came in, so I'm going to give him one of those parts back.
Yeah.
So I'm all about, I'd rather help people out and, you know, beat you on the track than beat you because some random part broke on your car and you don't have it.
It's way funner when everybody's racing. That's why I felt so bad when I wrecked Cody. Cody's sprint left the track, went airborne, and smoked a pillar right next to the track. And it sucks.
There were several cars. There were several cars completely off the track last Saturday. There's a car. I'm not quite sure which main it was. That is when I was out sitting in the hallway with our alternative lifestyle friends, and a car fully exited
This is
the
kind of
track.
like watching a Godzilla movie with RGB's mic not working 3/4 of the time.
So
I'm
a lot
here
of cars off the track.
to take your money.
That's Godzilla.
Oh, well, it's good times. So, Rick, I think we need to focus on every episode a segment called What We Learned at the Track. And there's always lessons, you know, when Zane used to wrestle, I would learn more and teach him, and he would learn more when he lost, which was rare. Unlike me, when I lost all the time wrestling, I was unsalvageable. At the track, you can learn when you lose. You can learn when you make mistakes. Like, I really need to concede. I should have conceded to Cody. There's absolutely no reason to be racy and ruin everybody's day at that point. It was in the beginning of the race. I mean, Rick, what was it? The first 5 laps? First 10 laps?
Yeah,
so that's something I learned this weekend. I learned about the low-C NASCAR programming. What else did I learn? I learned that your Euro truck doesn't like old remotes. I learned that changing your ride height, a little camber and some toe, and how you dope your tires all at once is not smart. But there was only three sprints at that track, And it was a really good day to try some things. So I took notes, Paul. I took my micrometer, measured every shock, did a couple other things, checked the camber on everything. I put it all on my phone so that when it went south, I could put it right back to where it was.
Smart man. Smart man.
So I learned that it's okay, because the tendency is like I went out in the first heat. In the first heat of sprints, I won the first heat. I think Mark, I didn't see it, but I think he had trouble once or twice, and I just stayed clean. So that was the only difference in the first heat. In off-road, the tendency was in heat 1, I would go out and run my best heat of the day in heat 1. Heat 2, 3 in the mains never got better. So I wasn't doing enough. I was just there to drive. I wasn't learning and experimenting enough. Saturday I was going to experiment, and I did just that because I knew Mark's fast. So I can't just leave the car the way it is. So I thought, well, let me try this. And what it did was made the car on exit very loose on exit and very hard to drive. So the only way to stay kind of fast was to take big sweeping, exits and entrances, and I was making one big oval circle. I had no tight corners. I could be tight in my turns prior to that and exit the turn, and at any point of the exit of the turn, I could straighten that car up and choose whatever lane I wanted. Before I couldn't do that after I messed with it. But so I learned that messing with the car is okay. Trying to think what else happened. I learned, now back to the low C sprint. Let me get that. So one of the gentlemen, I don't know if you can see it in this camera over here, but I'll hold it up for you. One of the gentlemen told me that I needed to lower my body post in the rear. Have you two messed with those?
No.
So I lowered my body post where he told me, and because I learned things, I always decide to take it a step further. So I lowered my body post as low as they would go. The car, the body was sitting like that, and the tires were barely rubbing. So I raised it one more. I raised it back up, both posts back up. So right here, let me go to this camera. You guys can't see it, but I'll edit it into the show. I am on the second hole down on the rear body post. So the car is sitting a little lower in the back. That seems to be what the guys at the track are doing. You cannot lower it any farther in the front. There's adjustments on the body post. The problem is you hit the bumper. Your body will rest on the bumper. So there's really no reason to lower the front body post. So I learned that. And I think that was part of why it drove better. I did make a little bit of a shock adjustment in the right front. I stiffened it just a touch, not much, like a quarter turn. So those seem to help. I don't know if that's stuff you guys are doing, and I'm guessing I don't know if that's stuff you guys are doing, but I'm guessing the other guys that have been racing a long time have so much more experience with other cars and bodies that they knew to go right in that direction. So I would definitely listen to the guys when they tell you to do something, because it seems to work. So RGB, did you learn anything this weekend at the track, or the weekend, or Thursday Night Thunder, or whenever you showed up? I can't remember when you came.
No, I was there both Saturdays. I agree. I agree with what you're saying about we find out. I'll got time this week. I'll make adjustments to that NASCAR. Why I have the time, and see if that makes any difference. But Yeah, it's just what I've been experimenting with just for myself is how clean I make the tires in between the heats. I don't think I need to strip them all the way down to bare like a lot of people are doing. So that's something I've been fiddling around with uh, from from the start of the day to the end of the day. How clean I'm uh, doing my tires in between heats.
Yeah, I cleaned my tires pretty good on the low C before the mains, and then I doped them kind of heavy because I was worried that it was going to be too drastic of a change if I didn't dope them back up. But yeah, I did that with the Sprint. Every heat in the main, I doped those tires a different way, and I've felt the difference enough now that I think I know what direction I'm going to do the doping on for the Sprint. But I think the NASCAR, I mean, there's a few other things we could do to it, but I don't know. To me, the issue I have with the NASCAR is the radio, and I have to hold it upside down, but the radio, maybe it's probably the servo as well. The servo is not great, the stock servo, but it's so squirrely. Even I've only seen a handful of guys run super clean, straight, great turns, straightaways, and be smooth the entire race. Even when you're winning, you see cars really kind of jerking around a lot. I wouldn't mind trying a different radio with that thing and see what it does. But next year for carpet, I'm probably gonna get, and this depends on money because I'm not quite sure, but the thing that looks the coolest are those trucks. Those I think are really expensive. But I think I want to get a wheel, not the little one, the bigger modifieds. I think I really want one of those. So
Yeah, that'd be fun to drive.
Yep. So let's see if I can share. Give me just a minute and I'll share my Facebook so we can talk about upcoming schedules.
Now we got the 10th is the next oval
All
race.
right. So let's just go in order. We'll touch on this real quick. It's been announced that the Great Lakes Series, the GLS, that Tar Car's in that, and it's coming up quick, and I'm not ready for it. So Rick probably won't go. Trying to remember what they said. Are they running the modifieds? I can get my modified, my Traxxas modified. They call it the Mud Boss.
That's the only car I own that if that's the one you get your cursor on there.
They
call it a Traxxas Mod Boss. I've never heard it called that before.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just a joke from when they were called the Mud Boss, and they had to change the name. I can run my 13.5 street stock, so maybe I have to rethink this. I'm not super ready for this, but I could go up and run my street stock in my Traxxas. If I really pushed, I could get this short course late model done, which it's going to help if I do this. This short course late model LCG that RGB gave me. Now I did purchase.
That's not short course. That's a modified. I run the short course.
That's short course late model.
No, that's what I run. You're not running short course late. You're running the fat.
That's a short course late.
You're running the open, the late model open. That's what you're building, isn't it?
RGB. I am running a short course late model with the chassis that you gave me. The Rocket 5 that I don't have yet, when the guy's done with it in February, is the Outlaw late model that I'm going to run.
No, okay.
And then the Custom Works Outlaw 5 is the sprint car I'm going to run. So I'm taking your chassis and I'm going to run the short course. Now, where I was going with that is, now that I got distracted from Rick, I got the bumper. I got some Miller Racing Products parts. I'm doing some videos on this, a separate video, but I got a battery holder, some tray parts that fill in the gaps here, and I'm going to set my components on them. I've got a transponder holder, and there is a really nice fan mount. Where's the camera? That goes in the back, and you can mount the fan, slides right in there, and it keeps your engine cool. So I'll review that stuff. Super reasonable priced. Light stuff, man. Flexible light stuff. I was very concerned. It looked heavy online. And I mean, it's light. Good stuff. So I think I could push and try to get that ready. I don't know if I should. I'm going to almost have to take a day off and go up the day before. I can't just go up with a new car and throw it down. I mean, I can do that crap at Black Swamp and Tar Car, but up there, I don't think they're going to tolerate my idiocy. So let me know what you want to do, Paul. At the very least, I want to take pictures. If you want to bring your camera, I'll bring my gimbal. Maybe we could find somebody that's not racing to go with us and help us do that. You know, I don't know what you think. But let's go back to that real quick. I'm getting way off. Rick's got to go to bed.
Keep it tight. Keep it tight.
Hour, 7 minutes. Let's wrap it up.
Well, nobody cares. Every time you say that, I edit it out, and then I edit the show down to about 58 minutes.
It's never been under an hour. It hasn't been under
So,
an hour.
Great Lakes Shootout Series, Tar Car. What's that? Oh, what? You want to add another minute or two? Huh? The Great Lakes Shootout Series, Tar Cars entered that this year. So on my Facebook page, Nightcrawler Racing RC, I've pinned this at the top of that page. So if you go there, I've got multiple schedules at the top of that, all in one, and like a one-stop shop. So February 1st is at 5 Stars Raceway. March 14th is at the Brick House. April 25th is at the Crater. And May 30th is our home track Tar Car. So classes are, they've got a novice class, 13.5 street stock, Traxxas Mod Boss, which is the modified, open short course, limited late model, 360 sprint, Midwest mod, open late model, and mod sprint. So those are the classes for the Great Lakes Shootout Series. Off-road, you guys don't care about off-road, but you should, because I'm running a lot more off-road this summer than I was before, and there's a couple reasons for that, which I'll touch on in a few shows. The series, 2026, the series, Beyond the Creek, that's up north in Michigan. Finish line, you all know where that's at in Indiana. Idlewild, I don't know where that's at. I'll have to look it up. KMS and Tar Car in September. So it's a 5-stop series. I'm guessing you have to attend 4 of them to have your points count. I'm assuming. Black Swamp, Rick, next oval race number 6 is January 10th. NASCAR night, the next NASCAR night is January 15th. So, and that's on road. So January 10th is an oval race, and then January 15th is an on-road race for NASCAR night.
I believe there's a big race at Black Swamp on the 17th. It's a trophy race on oval, I believe.
Oval race number 7 is the 24th. It's the 18th.
You're right, Paul.
Oval NASCAR night. No,
No,
wait
there's a race on the 7th. You're right, Paul.
I'm sorry.
A trophy race of some type on the 17th.
There's a club race on January 18th. There's a trophy race on, it's an oval. Is that the Ohio Oval Series? It's on January 7th. Yeah, it's on January 17th.
Okay. That's the one that I saw.
It is not the Ohio State Oval Series. That's in orange over here in the top right. So it's a trophy race, an Oval Champs trophy race. I'm assuming we can run that, but we probably wouldn't get trophies. So I don't know if I would go.
I'm not. I don't plan
Yeah,
on
it just
going
depends
to.
upon what they're giving out trophies for, what classes.
Yeah.
Seems to me the Losi NASCAR and the Losi Sprint have some of the highest attendance of all the classes for oval.
Well, they talked
There's
about
more.
that this weekend.
Yeah, there's more low C. There's more NASCARs racing this year than everybody, all classes last year. So, yeah, there's more of that in one class than the club has ever had in total. So, it's bringing a lot of people out to the track.
This is all going to get edited. None of that's coming through, Rick. Something's wrong with your connection.
What? Are you on Wi-Fi, Rick?
Yeah, on Wi-Fi and just I
Don't run it on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Wi-Fi screws it up for some reason.
Apparently, RGB Racing did not pay their internet bill this month.
There he goes. He's going to
That's
want to
the-
come back here.
That is the best that his screen has looked in ages. And him not having a microphone really is the gift that keeps on giving. It's the best gift that RGB Racing could have given our viewing audience.
I think it took a crap. I think it's dead.
Yeah, I think he's probably trying to run it on Wi-Fi. I know mine did not like Wi-Fi at all.
Yeah. Well, let me share this. We'll finish this up without him. I don't think we need him to get through this. So yeah, so that's the Black Swamp. That's Black Swamp. So off-road 2026 tar car. I posted this schedule as well because this is the schedule that many of these races I'll be running on a Saturday before we run on Sundays for oval. So the plan will probably be, depending on how much Steve lets me keep the trailer up there, that Thursday nights. What's up, buddy?
I switched
Thursday
over to
nights.
cellular. Can you hear? Is it better now on cellular?
Yeah.
I turned off the Wi-Fi.
So
in
the
total.
plan is Thursday nights that I'm going to take the trailer up there and then park it. And then Friday, I'll try to go up there and get off-road ready. And I'm going to run my buggy and I'm going to run my mini truggy. And the mini truggy a lot of guys won't show up. So there'll be a lot of Saturdays that doesn't even get ran. So my goal is to run one class, focus on the buggy, see how I do with that. And when I'm not working on that Saturday, I'll tinker with some oval stuff for Sunday. So I've got some commitment stuff that I have to run some off-road, a lot more than I did last year. So and stay tuned. I might be switching chassis. We'll see.
Breaking news.
So all you had to do is ask for a microphone for Christmas and I would have got you one.
He really does have a knack for derailing the whole show with his technical difficulties every week.
And all I do is get a browbeaten about, well, we're in 17 minutes. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Excellent.
So what phone are you, an iPhone guy or a Droid guy?
I got a Samsung Galaxy.
Okay.
Definitely Android.
I don't know. Do you know what Rick has?
I do not. No, I just know I've tried to use Wi-Fi before, and it is terrible. I always make sure I turn the Wi-Fi off and turn the Do Not Disturb on before I start the podcast.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting. I don't know what's going on where I've got to explain this to Rick. How do you like that bumper?
I like it.
So I sent Miller Racing Products, who makes this neon green stuff that I bought. I sent him a message and I said, you need to rock me out a bumper to match my green parts because I've got a color crisis on my hands. Still wait. He answered me, but I'm still waiting to hear if he's going to do it. So that's all I know about all that. I guess I need to do some serious thinking about what I want to run at that series. I don't know how I feel about traveling that far. I definitely want to go to the crater. I don't know anything about 5-star.
5-star, is that the one in Indiana?
I think it is. It's middle of
I
Indiana
Googled
or
one of
something.
Yeah, I Googled one of the tracks. It's about a 2.5 hour drive. Crater's about a 3 hour drive from here. So there's definitely a lot of traveling. I don't know what the other tracks were. I guess it would just depend too. The other thing is, I think, does it start in February? So the
Yep.
other thing that might impact it is weather. I mean, I don't want to drive 3 hours in a snowstorm to go race cars. And it might
Yeah.
take you 5 hours to get there or 5 hours to get home.
Yeah,
It's
I have to
interesting. Well, I mean, I'd like to be able to drive more than one car, though.
yeah. This is in Plymouth, Indiana, 5-star.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that this series is going to be a one and done. I don't know how the tar car guys are going to travel. I don't know how their people are going to travel. It's going to be interesting. I would like to see them give it a second year, no matter how it goes, just because to me, it's kind of short notice. So that's 5-star. And what was the other? We know where the crater's at. Brick House. That's in Michigan, I think. I can't remember. Do you remember?
I do not. Maybe it was the brick house. I Googled one of them just to see where it was at.
That's in Indiana as well.
What's the city?
Rowan, Roann.
That's the one. That's the one that's 2.5 hours away. I Googled the brick house just to see where it was at. I had saw a couple people talking about it and just wanted to kind of look into it, see where it was at.
So that is, I would go to that. That's little ways past Huntington. It's just north of Wabash.
Yeah.
That's a great drive. We'll hook the trailer up and run down 24. We can go to that one. Let's look the other one up. Where did I say Plymouth?
Yeah, I think you said Plymouth, Indiana.
I think, yep. So that one might not be terrible, man. That's really a Route 6 all the way. I mean, or Turnpike. I'm not crazy about the Turnpike, but I don't know. We'll have to talk about it. To me, we'll have to get excuse me. We'll have to get 3 or 4 guys in the truck to make it worth. To me, us going in a bunch of different vehicles doesn't make any sense. So I've got the camper. That's the other thing. Do we want to go the day before? Well, no, not in that weather. We don't. Yeah, it's gonna be sketchy. Let me look quick here at Rowan. Brick house. Didn't you say one of them's gonna be outdoors?
A tar car is obviously going to be outdoors, but that's not till May. I know brick house is indoors and Crater's indoors. I don't know about the other place that I think you're looking up right now.
I'm looking at Brick House. I'm going to share this screen with you so you can see I'm going to try and share the screen. That's the track. It's hard to tell how deep that is. Doesn't look real big.
Looks a lot like Dirt Devil.
Yeah. So that's indoors. Let's see if 5-star's got any. Well, this is the one they're building. Okay. This is the one you thought was outside. And Scott Snyder said, Triple S said they were building the track, or maybe you told me they were building the track. So this is a brand new indoor track. I don't know, man. It all adds up. I don't know how. If you're going to hitch your pony to a series, this is probably the one. And the reason I say that is because it's a lot of indoor racing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So if you could, I'm going to have to just, by the way, the on-call schedule came out for 6 months. So
how unique.
Yeah. So I forgot to print it off. I'll have to get it. I will get you a picture of it tomorrow if you want me to.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'll send you a picture. I'll email it to you because I'll just email it to myself. I'll tag you on it, and then we can look at our on call and check this series out and see what's up and go from there. And we can talk more about it later. I mean, let me pull this up again. So 360 sprint, I'm confused. 360 sprint RC. I was hoping that was the Losi, but I don't think it is.
No, I don't think it is either.
I don't know why the Losi. We got to find out what that is. I think that the Losi should be run before the Traxxas Mud Boss.
I think they should just run them both. But maybe there's not a lot of people that run those up in Michigan. I don't know.
I think
They got a
they
couple that
run the
ran that
Mud
dirt
Boss.
double.
I think the Crater runs the Mud Boss. I think they also run. Let's look it up. Crater RC Speed. I think the Crater also runs Losi. And can't tell from this picture. Wow, the Crater is spoiled. That track is phenomenal, Paul. They have an outdoor track. I can't zoom in close enough to see if any of those are Losis. I'd have to get on Live RC. I don't think I see any Losis. Those might be all mod sprints. So you're right. That might be why. So, all right, man. Well, I didn't get to talk about what I want to do for 2026 with RGB. But I'd like to have a hot dog award for 2026. And I'm trying to secure sponsorship so we could have a local hot dog company sponsor our hot dog awards. I don't know if I can pull it off, but we're going to try. So I want to do that. And a few other things, and we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Well, I know what you did beyond the RC grid. You went RC part shopping.
Yes. Went up and saw our friends up at Nankin Hobby.
Yep.
Picked up a couple parts that are becoming scarcer and scarcer for the Losi sprints and Traxxas possible new classic car.
So give me 2 minutes on that. Do you want me to give me just a minute? Open this. How about if I just send this to Steve and tell him this is what we were thinking and say this is what we were thinking you were thinking and just see how he responds and then ask him if we can post this on the next episode?
There you go.
You want me to do that tonight?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, real quick. I'll try to make this as fast as I can. I have not updated this since we talked, but essentially, we all agreed that we're going to run the Traxxas late model body on the Traxxas late model chassis only.
The slash modified or late model, it's the same chassis.
Yeah, same chassis. With the body, and I listed the part number, and here's a picture of the body. The motor and ESC must remain stock. Gearing, any pinion, any stock spur.
Yes.
Transmitter, any transmitter receiver combo. That was more for me.
Yep.
I don't have a problem with anybody running that. Battery and power, any 2S non-HV LiPo. Wheels, the Hoosiers that we've been running. This is the spreadsheet I put together from you and I when we discussed it. The tires are Hoosier front and rear. Wheel mud plugs and dots are allowed.
And body hold down kit.
And I have shocks on here, but I thought we decided no shocks.
Yeah, I think we were kind of still discussing it. Maybe that would be something you could do the year after. You could change the shocks and maybe run limiters. It's
So
still in discussions.
Let me line that out. Format cells, alignment, font, strike through, boom. All right, I struck that out. So I think we're good with that. And I'll send it to Steve and ask him if we can officially promote it for 2026.
Absolutely. And then we could send him the Losi Sprint one too when we get that done.
Yeah, I'll leave the door open for us to do more of this and tell him like that's what I'd like to do with the show is post, like with my Facebook, post schedules, post rules. If he wants to use my spreadsheets on Tarkar, I'll give them to Matthias or whoever. I'm not sure who's going to be the oval guru. I want to be careful. I don't have time for all of that at the track, but I'm willing to help. You know, it would be nice if I could jump in and announce a race for somebody someone else like you could get in and announce a race for somebody. You know, if other people would pitch in, you wouldn't have a situation like where Casey's stuck in there all day long. You know, it'd be nice if he had a break, could maybe run a car and enjoy the day as well. So I'm not there yet. They can teach me all they want, but we'll just see what they need at the track. So, all right, man. Well, it's been quite a while. Biggins bailed on us, so don't get in trouble for New Year's. Go
Never.
blue.
Whoa. No. Go Bucks.
Go blue. And the Big Ten's kicking butt again this year in the bowl season. I love it. So
And happiest of holidays and a happy new year to all of our viewers.
yes.
All 4 of them.
Yes. All 4.5 of them. And Cody Hammer, I am very, very sorry. I owe you a burger at the track. I don't know what to tell you. It sucks. I apologize. So, all right, Paul, I appreciate it. I'll get this edited and we'll upload the holiday special and we'll talk some more about what we're doing in February.
All right. We'll catch you later.
All right. See ya.